from your smartphone, just as you live your daily life, can help your clinician treat you better. So these are things where we take, often in the academic world, contrarian views. And what Cornell Tech does is take that contrarian view all the way out there into the field, into the marketplace, so that it's not just academic research anymore. It's working with clinicians at Weill Cornell Medical College, and then working also with entrepreneurs to commercialize these new technologies.
And maybe to put it in context for people who maybe never heard about Cornell Tech, the idea is for American competitiveness in general, you need all kinds of things. You need the right kind of tax policy. You need the availability of capital, of money. But you need the talent pool, so-called human capital. And this school is meant to raise human capital, people who are savvy about the tech world, savvy about business, just as you said, and willing to apply it to industries in New York City.
Is the advantage to the economy? Let's talk about it. You mentioned competitiveness. This is one of the big things we struggle with. That America's competitive because it is, because it's got great schools like Cornell and others, but we are losing our edge against a number of other countries. So we have to take decisive action to make sure we maintain it. What does this do for that? In other words, what's going to happen here that wouldn't have happened if Cornell NYC Tech wasn't there?
Go ahead, Dan.
So this is really about the marriage of business and technology.
Okay.
So if you look today, in some ways, some people say, and I agree with this view, that we're eating the seed corn of research that was done generations ago, supported by DARPA and other big federal programs that either don't exist or are not of the scale that they were during the Cold War. So what this campus is about is taking the kind of deep technology development that's feeding today's tech industry and using it to feed tomorrow's tech industry. And what's different today is that that's being done in the context of real-world problems, as opposed to in the context of more abstract, long-term kinds of research.
DARPA, of course, you're referring to the U.S. military's research.
That's right.
Research arm.
And as tech begins to invade all of our lives, the cell phones in our pockets and the studio and so on, there's going to be a need for people to understand the technology, to develop the new technology, and to apply what's been developed to new uses. And so that's really what Dan and his colleagues are trying to do on this campus.
Who are the people that you'll be recruiting? Who are these? Are they graduate students?
So we're recruiting at every level right now, from bringing superstar new faculty to New York City from around the world. We've hired Deborah Estrin, who I mentioned, from the West Coast. We've hired a fellow named Serge Belangi from UC San Diego, who just joined us. So we're hiring outstanding faculty, bringing that kind of talent to New York and really immersing them in the commerce and the culture that's on display here as you walk the streets every day. But we're also recruiting graduate students both at the master's and the PhD level. So this is a graduate level campus. But we're also reaching out to the community. So when you think about tomorrow, I think you can paint a stark picture of the future, where we're either going to be service workers or we're going to be knowledge workers.
Right.
And so it's not just about the graduate level education that we're doing on this campus. It's about reaching out to today's school children who are going to be